Honorable Mulder, can you ask your question for Honorable Motara for Human Settlements, please? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair of Chairs. Am I audible?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chair of Chairs. In considering the mandate of the Gauteng Department of Human Settlements, which operate within the framework of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, the Housing Act of 107 of 1997, and the National Housing Code, the Spatial Planning and Land Use Management Act, and the Prevention of Illegal Eviction from Unlawful Occupation Land Act of 1998, also known as SPI. I would like to ask the Honourable MEC to explain why there are numerous examples of provincial and joint housing projects with local government that do not comply with the relevant legislation, thereby creating a substantial danger to human life through inadequate road access, lack of health clinics, and absence of employment opportunities, while also negatively affecting the environment and the agriculture potential in rural Gauteng. And I'd also like to ask, furthermore, would the Honourable MEC indicate the reasons for this situation? Why such non-compliance is tolerated, and what precautionary measures will be implemented to ensure that future projects are fully compliant, safe, economically viable, and environmentally sustainable? Thank you, Honourable Chair of Chairs.
Thank you, Honourable Mulder. Honourable Motara, please, can you respond, ma'am?
Thanks, Member Mulder, for the question. The response is as follows. Two pieces of legislation have governed the delivery of human settlements. The first was the Less Formal Township Establishment Act 113 of 1991, otherwise known as LEFTIA. The purpose was to address a housing backlog by expediting the designation, provision, and development of land for less formal settlements, making it a key tool for rapid township development and providing a faster, less complicated process for establishing residential townships, particularly in areas where there was an urgent need for housing. The custodian of LEFTIA was the province at the time, which meant that the province could proceed to approve designation of land for new townships without full compliance of municipal norms and standards and other pre-proclamation conditions. This approach led to a high number of new townships approved by the province to not having a full level of services such as you state in your question, roads, stormwater, or even in some instances, inadequate bulk capacity for waste or sewer. To compound these challenges, the non-fulfillment of pre-proclamation conditions has led to a stagnation of the issuance of title deeds, leaving beneficiaries without security of tenure. The second piece of legislation, which was pronounced and is known as the Spatial Planning and Land Use Management Act 16 of 2013, shortened name is SPLUMA, resulted in the LEFTIA being repealed. Key to the change in the approach brought about by the new legislation, SPLUMA, is the placing of municipalities as the sole arbiters on land development matters. Notwithstanding the new policy framework, the legacy that results from the townships that were enacted through LEFTIA still persist. Such townships that are without a full complement of services, resulting in poor compliance to municipal norms and standards. The response to the second part of the question is that the LEFTIA legislation that did not require compliance with municipal norms and standards has been repealed, and SPLUMA has come into effect in 2014 since its enactment. Any new township since 2014 will be lodged in line with the new legislation of SPLUMA. That's what we are currently doing, which outlines stringent processes to ensure that all the pre-proclamation conditions and municipal norms and conditions are adhered to prior to required approvals. We are working with the municipalities to go through a process of proclamation of the old townships. We've also written to all the municipalities through you, Chair of Chairs, to relax conditions of SPLUMA as they are currently currently made provision for, where there are outstanding township establishment requirements that are the full responsibility of municipalities, such as internal roads, the provision of sewer, or the provision of stormwater. We've also worked with the municipalities to ask them to relax those regulations or requirements. It, however, needs quite long, lengthy processes internally at municipalities through council. Outside of that, municipalities will have to implement and finalize all outstanding SPLUMA requirements related to township proclamation requirements for us to be able to proclaim those townships and issue title deeds where they're still outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable MEC Motara. Honorable Mulder, any supplementary question or short remarks, sir?
Thank you, Honorable Chair of Chairs. Thank you to the Honorable MEC for the answer. I would just want to ask the Honorable MEC through you, Honorable Chair of Chairs, whether the Honorable MEC would be willing to engage with the Freedom Front Plus on certain instances where legislation has not adhered to or been ignored, and what will the consequences be where there is a detrimental effect on the environment and pollution of our waterways. Thank you, Honorable Chair of Chairs.
Thank you, Honorable Mulder. Honorable MEC Motara.
Thanks, Member Mulder. We can definitely engage on it, but different bodies are responsible for the oversight of different pieces of legislation. You referred to wastewater. It would either be water authorities or municipalities. Human settlements would not necessarily have jurisdiction over wastewater legislation. In the case of land use, it's the municipalities that are responsible for the implementation and the adherence of SPLUMA. Where there is, we can definitely say that post 2014, there's not been any developments without the approval of municipalities. Municipalities go through their own internal processes, but where they've been found wanting, also municipalities go through their own internal processes to correct those things.
Thank you, MEC Motara.